The next few weeks, well, they were basically a media circus. Xander Tech products began to hit the market like hotcakes, selling out to just about everyone, replacing countless biotech products as the frontrunners on the market, including the armored suits that they were marketing. My father invested in creating a shell company and managed to buy up some of the armored suits as well as many of their other products so that we could, well, investigate. We pulled those things apart with a fine-tooth comb, investigating every detail of their construction, design, and functionality. And while I have to admit that Alexander is a slimeball and I want him dead, and that top-flight bodyguard he has, but I do have to admit that his products are beyond question. His tech did everything that he promised it would do, and then some. The Crystal Tech processors, memory cards, and microchips were all exceptional, functionally far above the industry standard at the point in time. It was, without a doubt, a superior product in many aspects, so it's no wonder that it replaced the biotech products as the mainstay and what people wanted. It by no means put biotech out of business by a long shot. There were still countless different things that nanotechnology was simply better at, and far better suited for, and that his crystal tech or his super suits couldn't replace. But our stock prices as well as our overall revenues did take a hit, a big one. We were still far from losing money, but we weren't making as much as we had been before. But still, we had absurd money. We weren't going out of business anytime soon. But the fact that Alexander was starting to catch up in terms of overall financial pull didn't comfort me. Not only that, but his move to replace the XPCs within the police force was already in full swing. All of the XPCs had been returned to the factories. There was of course some monetary exchange back and forth over new and used products and whatnot, but in the end it all simply boiled down to large amounts of troops bearing Alexander's new high-tech armor as part of the police force. There weren't enough of them in order to completely replace all XPCs throughout the city. They still worked as guard units around the walls, and many companies still kept them as security for merchandise shipments and things of that nature. But biotech no longer had an in with the police force. While I helped my father in examining all of the different Xander Tech merchandise, there were no pieces so important for me to investigate as the state-of-the-art armor suits that he was producing. And I have to be honest, he was not underselling their capabilities. As far as combat capability goes, these suits easily put someone next to on par with an XPC. They were all fitted with high-tech armament, weapons, defenses, the energy deflection armor that's now common with XPCs is also imbued within this armor. Also, it's set up so that even if you're wearing it, you can still easily utilize regular weaponry. So even though there are an assortment of defensive and offensive weapons inside of the armor, they still have the variability to carry whatever weapons they want, even attachments that let them affix it to the armor. But I have to say, the most impressive aspect of the suit wasn't actually its defensive or offensive capabilities. It was the state-of-the-art Diamond Drive Neural Processor, a Xander Tech specialty, one that they had cleared a patent on, so no one could produce them but him. Basically, it was a device that affixed to the back of the neck. Then you'd spend some time with the device on. The device would read your brain waves, basically, and was run, of course, on Alexander's crystal tech. After it got accustomed to your brain waves, it would start to introduce signals of its own, communicating with your brain in order to facilitate developing the use of the suit into your neural network. Basically, it would find the segments of your brain that connect to reflex movement and action, defensive instincts, and aggressive desires even. And then it would be able to interlace its own signals, in the end reaching the exact same effect that Alexander described. The suit itself didn't require any advanced knowledge to pilot. Once the neural uplink device got used to you, it would respond to your every will and instinct, with the best possible measure of action. If you were being assailed by a larger force than you intended, more bullets hitting you than you'd like, then it reacts to your desire to protect yourself, increasing power to shields and defenses. If you have a desire to jump a great distance, that instinctive desire connects to the suit's systems, propelling you with the jets, allowing you to hover or jump over extremely long range. It couldn't out and out fly, it didn't have the power for it, not within a confined suit like this, but the accuracy of its responses were beyond question. These suits were not an inferior product. They were versatile, capable, durable, and highly receptive and responsive to all commands and inputs. Not only that, but the neural net processor also had some other advantages. For example, the suit itself has an advanced military-grade system enhanced with Crystal Tech processors, memory cards, and such. In combination with the neural net processor, this allowed your brainwave thoughts, your ability to process information, to be passed into the computing system in this suit. The suit could then generate plans of actions, attack patterns, defensive strategies, computate them, and then pass them as signals back through the neural net processor that connected to the back of your neck and into your brain. Or at least the signals would end up in your brain. In the end, functionally, the suit allowed anybody who wore it to have a secondary computerized brain that, regardless of their own experience in combat, had only one function or purpose: to reduce everything to tactic and strategy, and then pass that tactic and strategy to the bearer of the suit, which is interpreted by the brain as instinct. In other words, the person wearing the suit doesn't have to be aware of what the computer is doing. They're simply instinctively following what they believe to be their own intuition, suddenly getting the feeling like ducking and reloading their gun is a good idea. But the truth is, it's not them. The computer was calculating and keeping track of the number of bullets that they were firing, and when the clip was reaching its end, without them thinking about it, the computer sent a signal to their brain, and their brain interpreted it as their own instinct that they need to reload. And regardless of whether it's simple or complex, it all follows through seamlessly. To be honest, after thoroughly examining the suit, there was a question in my mind that seemed to pop up, and that was, tech freak versus one of these suits. Who's gonna win? To be honest, tech freaks, these armored suits, and XPCs seem to be on a fairly even platform, each of them having their own advantages when it came down to it. In a one-on-one fight between any of these, it's not clear who would be the winner. I'm fairly certain that I could take any of them, but then again, my abilities far exceed that of anything that I've come across as of yet. After spending more time training, practicing, and using my abilities, and testing my physical and strength and durability, I found out that those were massively increased. Even bullets don't really hurt me. They sort of just tickle a bit. Unless you get up to really high caliber, then those sort of sting. Like a bitch. Getting shot with a 50 cal is like being hit in the stomach with a nightstick. It sucks, but it won't kill me. Not only that, I heal fairly quickly. And by fairly, I mean almost instantaneously. But that doesn't make me invincible. And then there's still the fact that the last time I dealt with the tech freaks, or more specifically Victoria, Titan passed over that information. If it actually is useful, then the chances are that the tech freaks are going to get an upgrade. And who knows how close to our own abilities these newer updated versions will be once they start showing up. All in all, by the looks of it, there appear to be 3 sides to a war building. There's biotech, me, Emily, and Titan, as well as everyone else. And then there's Xander Tech, with their brand new crystal tech and state-of-the-art combat suits. And last but certainly not least, the army of tech freaks building up in secret. 3 different armies, 3 different oppositional agendas and motives, all in confrontation with each other. But no matter the stakes, whenever this war starts, and it could start any time, I have to make sure that I'm the winner.